Now in this class we will see alternating series. See here we have alternating series. The definition is a series whose terms are alternatively positive or negative. That is, we see positive term, next negative term, then positive term, negative term is called alternating series. See here we have first term positive, second term negative, positive, negative, and so on. This minus 1 power n minus 1 will indicate the series is alternating. This will indicate alternating series, this minus 1 power of n minus 1. Now it is denoted by sigma minus 1 power of n minus 1 un. So leaving this term, the other is nth term. This minus 1 power of n indicates it is an alternating series, that is positive and negatively signs appear in the series. Now for alternating series questions, we have Leibniz test. The statement of this Leibniz test is, if sigma un is an alternating series, that is positive negative, converges, these series will converge if it satisfies two conditions. First one is each term is numerically less than its preceding term. What does that mean? Each term is numerically, means without positive or negative, we just take the value is less than its preceding term. It means that next term is lesser than previous term. It means that second term is less than first term, third term is less than second term, fourth term is less than third term. This is the meaning of this statement. Each term is numerically less than its preceding term. Mathematically it is written as un plus 1. N plus 1 means next term, ahead term is less than its previous term un. Un is present term, un plus 1 is future term. So future term is less than previous term, its magnitude, numerical value, not sign, for n greater than equal to 1. This is the first condition. Next condition is limit n tends to infinite un must be 0. Second condition is this, limit n tends to infinite un equal to 0 is the condition to check whether the given series is convergent or not by Leibniz test. So let us see a question based on this. Test for convergence of sigma minus 1 power of n minus 1 un minus 1. Right. Now here, look at here, we have minus 1 power n minus 1. This indicates the series is alternating. Alternating series, this minus 1 power of n minus 1. Now compare with standard form, we have minus 1 power of n minus 1 un. Here the value of un value we have 1 by 2n minus 1 is the nth term of the series. Now if I expand this sigma, this series sigma minus 1 power n minus 1 by 2n minus 1, this will become, put n value 1 here, that will become minus 1 power 0 upon 2 into 1 will be 2 minus 1 will be 1 minus 1 power of 2, 2 minus 1 will become 1 only, 1 by 2 into 2 will be 4, 4 minus 1 will be 3, and so on. So like this it will get 1 by 5 minus 1 by 7 and so on, like that. That is 1 by 1 minus we have 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5 minus 1 by 7 and so on. See here, this 1 by 3 is less than 1, correct? Now this 1 by 5 is less than 1 by 3, 1 by 7 is less than 1 by 5, means every next term is lesser than its previous term. All terms are decreasing, right? All terms here. If I go from left to right, what happens? Values decreasing. Values are decreasing. So the first condition is satisfied. Each term is numerically less than its previous term, preceding term. So what are the conditions? This question is satisfying. First one is the series is alternating series. Right? Alternating series. Next condition is each term is numerically less than its preceding term, that is written as un plus 1 value is less than un magnitude wise without signs. Now the third condition is limit n tends to infinite, un must be 0. Let us see that. Limit n tends to infinite, un value 1 by 2n minus 1. If I put infinite in place of n, I will get 1 by 2 into infinite. Infinite minus 1 will be infinite, its value is 0. Now we got 0. See here, limit n tends to infinite, 0 means it satisfies two conditions of Leibniz test. Now the given series is convergent. Now the next question is test for convergence. Sigma n equal to 2 to infinite minus 1 power of n minus 1 upon root over n into n plus 1 into n plus 2. Now let us solve this question. Now in numerator we see that we have minus 1 power of n minus 1. This will indicate the series is alternating. Minus plus like that. So the given series is alternating series. Now the general term, that is nth term, will be un, that is 1 upon root over n into n plus 1 into n plus 2. Right? Now we want un plus 1 next term. Consecutive next term. Replace n with n plus 1. Here I will get n plus 1. Now n plus 1 will be n plus 2. This will become n plus 3. Now we want to compare these two terms, whether which one is greater. Un plus 1 is greater or un is greater. To do so, I am taking the denominator first. Right? Now here in this, here we have denominator n into n plus 1 into n plus 2. Here in denominator we have n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3. See here which one is greater? This one is greater. So I can see that this left hand side are less because here we have n plus 3. Right? N plus 1. This number is more when compared to n plus 1. Next n plus 3 will be greater. Right? Now apply root on both sides. So I will get root n into n plus 1 into n plus 2. Then also after applying the root also, this number n plus 3 will be greater only. So this will be less. Now if I take reciprocal, 1 by n into n plus 1 into n plus 2, 1 by root over n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3. If I take reciprocal, the sign will be greater. Now this term will greater. Hence we can see that this is un. Un is greater than un plus 1, or we can say un plus 1 is less than un. It means that the next term is less than the previous one. Right? So second condition is also first condition, that is each term is numerically less than its preceding term. Un plus 1 is less. So un plus 1 is less than un. Next term is lesser than previous one. First condition satisfied. Now the next condition is limit n tends to infinite. Now apply that. Limit n tends to infinite un. Limit n tends to infinite. Un value we have 1 by root over n into n plus 1 n plus 2. Now if I put the limit here infinite, it will become 1 by root infinite. So this will become 0 only. So by that condition, see here, limit n tends to infinite 0 means convergence. Given series is convergent by Leibniz test. It is convergent by Leibniz test. We satisfies two properties, right? Now let us see the next question. Test for convergence of 1 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 27. Now let us see the solution. See here we have positive sign, negative sign, positive sign, negative sign. So first is the given series is alternating. The given series is alternating series, right? Positive, negative. Second condition here we have first term is 1, next term here we have u1, first term u2. u2 is less than u1, 1 by 3 is less than 1. Next we have u3, that is 1 by 9. 1 by 9 is less than 1 by 3. So u3 is greater than u2. Next u4, fourth term, 1 by 27 is less than. So each term is numerically less than its preceding term. So I can say un plus 1 value, that is next number, is less than its previous number un magnitude wise, right? So first condition of Leibniz test is satisfied, right? Now the second is limit n tends to infinite, un will be 0. So I want the general term, right? I want general term. Now to get the general term, here we have in denominator, numerator is same, that is 1. In denominator we have 3 power 1, 9 means 3 square. So in denominator we have 3 power 1, next we have 9 means 3 square, 27 means 3 power 3 and so on. And the first one here we do not have anything, that means 3 power 0 will be there. So 3 power of 0, 3 is common, right? So nth term will be un, that is I take for plus minus we take minus 1 power of, oh that is not required here. In numerator we have 1 and in denominator we have 3 common. Now what will be the power of this n? Power of is 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. It is changing. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So these are in AP. So its general term an will be first term 0 plus n minus 1 into d. Common difference is 1. So I'll get n minus 1. So I'll get n minus 1 is the general term. We got un value. Now apply limit n tends to infinite un, that is limit n tends to infinite 1 by 3n minus 1. If I put the limit, I'll get 3 power of infinite minus 1 will become infinite only. 1 by infinite, this will become 3 power infinite is infinite, that will be infinite. 1 by infinite is 0. So second condition also satisfies. Given series is convergent by Leibniz test, it is convergent. Test for convergence of the given series here. Now if we observe the series, here we have alternatively positive, negative, positive, negative. So it is an alternating series. Alternating series. Next here we have first term u1, 1 by 6. Second term u2. Now this u2 is less than u1. 2 by 11 means denominator is more than 6. So when denominator is more, the value will be less. So u2 is less than u1. u3 is less than, here this one is less, u3 is less, right? u3 is less, u1 is greater, this one is greater, then u2 is greater, then u4 will also greater, u3 is greater than u4, and so on. u5 means each term is lesser than its previous term, so it is satisfying this property, un plus 1, next term is less than un, right? Second property is also satisfying. Now we want the limit n tends to infinite, value is 0. So in order to do that, I'll take the general term un. For general term un, see here in numerator we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on in arithmetic progression. So its general term will be 1 plus n minus 1 into common difference is 1. So we have 1 plus, I'll get n. So in numerator I'll have n. In denominator we have 6, 11, 16, 21, 26. Difference is 5. Difference is 5 for everyone. So it is also in arithmetic progression. General term an is 6 plus n minus 1 into d. d is 5, common difference. So it will become 5n plus 1. 6 minus 5 will be 1. So in denominator we have 5n plus 1. This is the general term. Now take n common from denominator. We have 5 plus 1 by n. So this n will get cancelled. We have un is equals to 1 upon 5 plus 1 by n. Now apply limits on both sides. Limit n tends to infinite. Limit n tends to infinite on both sides. Here this will become 1 plus 5. 1 by n will be 0. N tends to infinite, then 1 by n will tend to 0. If n tends to infinite, then 1 by n value is 0. So I'll get 1 by 5 here, right? 1 by 5, meaning it is not 0, right? So this is violating the condition of convergence. So this value is not 0. Limit n tends to infinite, un not equal to 0. It means that we see this must be 0 for convergence. It is, given series is not convergent. This is an oscillatory series. Oscillatory series. Test for convergence of the given series. Now we see alternatively positive and negative sign is there, so given series is alternating. Alternating series. Now first term is u1, second term is u2. See here, 1 by 3 factorial is less than 1. So first term is greater. Now 1 by 5 factorial value is less than 1 by 3 factorial. So u2 is greater. Similarly u4, fourth term is less than u3. So numbers are decreasing, that is terms are decreasing. So second condition is satisfied. Each term is lesser than its preceding term. un plus 1 magnitude value is less than un. Now first property is satisfies. Now third property is limit n tends to infinite, un must be 0, right? For that I want un, that is nth term, un I require. So in numerator we see that 1 is there, so write down 1 only. For denominator we have 3, 5, 7, we have 3, 5, 7 and so on. Here for first term we have 1 by 1 factorial. So 1, 3, 5, 7 are in AP, right? So common difference is 2. Common difference is 2. So general term is A is equals to first term plus n minus 1 into common difference is 2. So we have 1 plus 2n minus 2, that will be 2n minus 1. So in denominator we have 2n minus 1 factorial. Now put it here, limit n tends to infinite, un value 2n minus 1 factorial. Now if I put the limit here, n tends to infinite, or if I put limit n tends to infinite, this can be written as 2n minus 1 into 2n factorial. Now if I put infinite in place of n, we have 2 into infinite will be infinite minus infinite only, infinite into 2n factorial, so that will be 0 only. So condition is satisfied, given series is convergent. Given series is convergent.